Hello? How many rooms are there? Whoa! What the hell? Whoa! What the hell is that? Howdy, folks. How the hell are you? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're starting a brand new horror series called 3 Free Horror Games. In this series, I will be scouring the internet looking for 3 random horror games that you guys can download and play completely free. All right, and we're starting off with Night in Riverager. I don't know how to pronounce it, but basically it's like a prologue to My Beautiful Paper Smile. If you've never played that, give it a shot. I hear it's pretty good. We might play it on the channel someday. But today, starting off with our very first free horror game, Night in Riverager. I do like the art style for this game, though. It is really, it's kind of cool. Like comic booky. I kind of like those style video games. Is this my house? Kind of a dump. Oh, damn, that's my sexy foot right there. Oh, shit. Oh, damn, what is this? Oh, what the hell? I have horns. Am I Satan? Oh my gosh, what the heck? What the heck? Oh, Papa! Daddy, are you? Oh, it's a goat! Mother, I am leaving now to gather your supplies from Uncle. What the hell? Of course, Laskiva. I haven't forgotten. I should return by morning. What? I would hope so. This pain increases hour on hour. Sapiens has told me that there is some disturbance among the woods, caused by the king. Please travel with care. Watch your back always. Indeed, I will carry caution with every step. One last thing before you leave. Take this token as payment for your uncle. Damn it, that's in the way. I can't read it. He's done too much for us not to reward him. I will make sure he gets it. Stay well while I'm gone. So are we a goat? Are we not a goat? Why is our mother a goat? I am not comfortable with this. What the hell is going on? What? Okay. Look, our feet are actually backwards. You see that? I think. Yeah, so our feet are backwards. We have backwards feet. All right, and we got dangly stuff coming from our horns. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense as to why we're in this creepy world if we gotta wear horns everywhere. I got a Rubik's Cube dangling off my six rack here. The time to leave has come. Another adventure begins. Who is our uncle? Like, is our daddy like the Dark Lord? Why are we half a goat? I mean, I have this awesome gun. Do I get to shoot some shit? Like, what was that? What the hell was that over there? What is going on? I feel like I'm inside the world of Courage the Cowardly Dog right now. I mean, it's got the same art style. Like, this is the shack that Courage lived in. How come our uncle isn't inside the town with the gigantic walls? That's what I want to know. Riverager Bridge. Guess we gotta lower the bridge. The bridge will lead me out of Riverager and into the land of the king. Sapien said the king has sent out some of his authorities for some reason. I will need to make sure I stay away from any road where they may roam. Now, I must lower the bridge. Okay, so we got a firm grasp of the obvious. Like, we know we have to lower the bridge. How do we do it, though? They're like, oh, right there, look. Bridge control. Why will it not let me do it? Did that lower it? Shit! Did anybody else see that? I got a gun and I am not afraid to use it. I'll blow your gosh dang head off. I don't even care. So, what? Okay, let's see if that lowered it. Like, just the one click it. No. How do I lower the damn bridge? Okay, fine. You know what? We're just gonna wander off into the wilderness and go be a wild child and live our life alone out in the middle of nowhere, eating bugs and marking our territory and stuff like that, because I don't know what the heck to do. Ooh, this looks fancy. What is this? This? Oh, I had to go turn on the power to the bridge room first. Okay, I'm just an idiot. Alright, but everybody already knew that, so let's continue on. We're gonna go in there. Hopefully that means I can flip the switch and continue, right? Is that a thing? Gosh, I do not like this angle because it looks like there's a face in the back of my, like, hoodie here. And it just keeps staring into my soul. And I just do not like it. This is the creepiest little kid that's ever damn lived. Okay, maybe I gotta go to that generator first? Is that a thing? No. So what did I do when I flipped that switch over there? What is going on? Okay, so this isn't on. Why is it not on? Did I not turn on the power just a second ago? Did I do something wrong? I don't know. This game is not giving me any context. Okay, look. So the light is on. Did I miss something over here that I should have not missed? So, the only explanation that I can think of is there has to be, somewhere out in this wilderness, there has to be another switch I have to flip in order to get this thing to work. There has to be another switch somewhere. Because there was like a T intersection. So if I follow this road, maybe it will lead me to another generator or a power switch. That has got to be the only explanation. Ha ha ha! Okay, so I was right. There was another power switch. So I'm assuming that now that we have found the power switch, 2 power switches should be enough, right? If not, there's going to be a third one somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. Okay, the generator's twerking. All right, it's twerking. There we go, baby. So we have figured it out. We have figured it out. Now that we got the generator hipping and a hopping and a juping and a jumping, jiving or whatever, a juke, a dump, a ducking, dipping, diving, and dodging, we should be able to flip this switch, right? Okay. Roger that. We can now go across the bridge. We have made some more progress. I don't know what we're gonna get by going across this bridge. Probably a quick and easy death. But we're gonna find out. Hello? What the hell was that? Who is this unearthly figure? Could it be a servant of the king? I will take a brief detour to make sure the figure doesn't follow and means no harm. That could have been a demon! That did not look like a minion of the king! It looked like a minion of Beelzebub. There should be an old cabin just around the bend. I should rest there until the figure leaves the area. I mean, that is a decent idea, but what do we have this rifle for? Why don't we just blast him? Murderate him. Send him to meet his maker. See if he's actually a servant of the king or a servant of the devil. We'll find out pretty quickly. I mean, we do have horns, yes? Lock the horns into battle. Here it is. So this cabin in the middle of the woods is what we came here to see. Aren't we supposed to be going to our uncle's house? How old are we? Are we like a kid? I should light the fire in front of the cabin to scare away any threats. Okay, let's light some shit on fire. I'm down with that. Now, you got like a bunch of burn pit. You got a burn pit to light, or oh shit! Oh my! I do not like that camera angle. That is creepy. Hello. What am I lighting on fire? Is there like a fire pit? What am I gonna light? Said we should light something on fire. Do we have to find out? Do we have to go in the cabin first? I should light the fire before resting. Oh, this right here. Okay, found it. That should keep any unwanted creatures away. I can rest now. Okay, that's logical. I mean, they're gonna find out that I have the power to make fire and they're gonna shit their britches and not want to come in here. Alright, it's just common sense. Beasts are afraid of the flames. Looks like we're gonna have a... What the hell? Why was he peeking in my window? Is that a peeping Tom? They're trying to watch me get undressed? What's the moral of the story? What is that thing? I've never played My Beautiful Paper Smile, so I don't understand. It's probably a correlating link, right? Why do you have so many bed frames, and why are they floating around? Do we get transported into a Slumberland liquidator? Oh, that thing is creepy. Oh, dude, don't worry. I would be afraid of fire if I was as ugly as you too! Stay away! Stay away! We're just gonna... Ah! No! No, Mr. One Arm, stay the hell away from me! Stay away! No means no! And I don't want to be your friend. Right? I have an attractiveness rule. To be in my friend, you have to, you know, pass an attractive test. You can't have horns growing out your nugget. Wait a minute. Are you copying me? What just happened? Did it just take my place? Did it just murderate me and take my place? Who the hell are you? Is that the main character from My Beautiful Paper Smile? It did. It killed us and took our place. What? Oh, that was pretty cool. I'm sure that that will make so much more sense when I actually play through My Beautiful Paper Smile, because right now that made absolutely no sense. It was still kind of creepy. You know, it still had that good, like, oh, it's got a little bit of jump scares, kind of. It's got a little bit of a creep factor. The music's kind of creepy. The gameplay's not too hard. That's not bad. That's not bad, all right? I can understand. All right, I might be a little irritated if I paid money for that, but it's free, so who cares? All right? Thanks for playing. Did you know that Night and River Rager is the companion game of My Beautiful Paper Smile? If you want more of the River Rager characters and story, you can check out the full game by clicking on the teaser on the left. Okay, so it was. Like, so that looks like the main character for the other game that we found walking into that cabin. All right, that's cool. It's like a little prologue to it. However, the name of this series is 3 free games, not 1 free game. So let's move on to free game number 2. For the second game, we have the Perezmeshnik, an original interactive narrative by Sean Arnold. I have no clue what this game is. I think it's an outer space, like, psychological horror game. But we're just going to click begin and see what happens. For the best experience, use headphones. Click the top left arrow to control volume. Got headphones on, so Ranger that. November 9th, 1962. Your name is Vector Pavlov. You are an oceanographer aboard the Soviet frigate, the Perezmeshnik. You have been tasked with mapping the ocean floor of a region in the Arctic Sea. So it's not space, it's actually underwater. Awesome. We're gonna see the Megalodon. Maybe Cthulhu. You are currently sitting on the cot in your personal quarters. It is a small room with just enough space for a bed and a small desk. A torn envelope lies on your desk. You are fiddling with a small silver locket containing a picture of your wife and daughter. The envelope has been torn open without much care. There is a letter inside. Dear Vector, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I haven't seen or heard from you for months. I understand that the work you do is important, but you should be here. If not for me, then for Maya. She needs a father. I wanted it to be you, but you left. I know the union needed you, but I wish you had stayed when I asked. Since you left, Leonid has been coming by more often. He's helping me raise Maya. Just the other day, she called him father. I wanted to correct her, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because in some ways he is a father. He's always been there and you haven't. She is replacing you with him. I still love you, but you're losing Maya. Please come back. With love, Juliana. Hey! Tell Julio Leonid or whatever to get the hell out of my house. Ain't no other man gonna be getting called papa in my home. You been doing some stuff behind my back, girl? Juliana? You better not be, girl. I'm putting food on that table. I paid for that bed. You better not have anybody else in that damn bedroom but me. You know, I ain't prepared for this, right? I'm overseas on a boat, making ends meet. You grab the notebook and leave the room. You head towards the mess hall where the rest of the crew is eating dinner. When you arrive at the door, you hear loud, muffled voices on the other side. You may enter whenever you are ready. Okay. Nice skirt. You open the door and get some food. Tonight, it is mashed taters and peas. You sit down at a table and open up your notebook. There is a chart of the nearby sea inside. As you look over your notes, there's a loud burst of laughter from the crew. The charts are maps of the ocean floor that were made using sonography. Something about the charts of this region doesn't make sense to you. In the charts, there's a large body of mass at the bottom of the ocean. That doesn't look like any natural formation you've ever seen. This alone perplexed you, but the second chart you made showed that the mass moved. To be safe, you made a third chart. In the final chart, you saw what appeared to be a chunk of mass break off from the main body. The shape of the mass does not look like any known animals, and there is no information on any plant-based life that would move that fast. You aren't sure if you accidentally discovered a new species of aquatic life, or if your sensors are on the fritz again. So we're just gonna listen to these guys laugh. At the other table, the crew is laughing at Uranev, who has 2 different plates for his peas and taters. A bellowing laugh fills the room. You look over and see Oberev, who is grinning ear to ear. Uranev begins gesturing towards his plates. Urinev Ruslanovich is a deckhand on the Peresmezhnik. He joined the Soviet Navy at a young age, mainly for the free grub and the pay. He has a mild case of brumotactilophobia, also known as the fear of different foods touching. This fear often makes him the target of ridicule from other crew members. Oberev. Oberev Denisovich is the resident mechanic for the Peresmezhnik. He's been working on the Peresmezhnik for 6 years and has grown to be very fond of the ship. You once heard him cooing at the ship's engine when you walked by the boiler room. He has a very large build, but he is very friendly. You have not talked to him much, but you can see that Oberev has a very jovial person. The others seem to enjoy talking to him. He's one of a kind. No one can replace him. So does, like, the ship's engine turn him on? Is he like a mechaphiliac? Like, he likes to get it on with mechanics, like moving pieces and cars and shit? And why is everybody making fun of Urinev just because he doesn't like his food to touch? Or, I mean, I'm a person that likes to mix up all my food and just shove her down the hatch because it's quicker to eat that way, but just because this man doesn't like to eat, doesn't like his food to touch, don't mean y'all need to be making fun of him. This is the gosh damn Soviet Navy. He might be the one pulling you out of a burning ship. You never know. It very simple. Pea here, tater here. He never touches taters. Urinev attempts to explain anxiously. It abomination. What wrong with that? Nothing wrong, Yuri. Hold up. Do you hear that? More fire! Oberev flings a few pleas into Urinev's mashed taters. Blyaka! Why you do this? The room bursts into laughter as Urinev scrambles to pick the peas out of his potatoes. Hey! Oberev! Quit being a freaking dick! Ah, come on, Shuvak. It all good fun. Yuri's a good guy. Oberev replied with a chuckle. After exchanging a few words with some of the crew, you wrap up your meal and leave the mess hall to go back to your room. When you get to your personal quarters, you sit down at your desk and begin to look over your notes and the charts of the region. After a few hours, you notice your eyelids grow heavier and heavier. You begin to think about sleep. You crawl into bed and begin to fall asleep. Ah! You're awakened by a deafening scream. You clamber out of bed and rush towards the source. You arrive to find a stunned Oberev, mouth agape, eyes wide open, staring into a supply closet. As you get closer to the closet, you are hit with a pungent smell. Slowly peer inside, jaw immediately drops. The walls are drenched in intestines are strewn about the shelves like ornaments, and blood pools on the floor. One look at the intestines and you realize something terrible. It's human. You feel your stomach churn as you stumble backwards. Gagging, you lean on the wall for support. A torrent of footsteps is heard as the other crew members arrive. After a few minutes, the entire crew is at the supply closet. You recollect yourself and begin to observe the others. Some of the crew grab Oberev, still frozen in shock, and attempt to pull him away from the scene. Others gather in small groups and begin whispering. It's probably just animal, right? Think, Yuri. Another crew member interjects. Does that look like animal intestine? No, of course not. You wait for more of the crew to arrive. Soon, Captain Stepanov arrives and demands an explanation. As you look at the 13 crew members around you, you notice one odd detail that stands out. No one is missing. Captain Ramir Stepanov is the commanding officer of the Peresmezhnik. He rarely ever fraternizes with the rest of the crew and instead prefers to sit in his quarters alone, drinking the night away. Other than that, you do not know much about the captain other than he stays out of your way, you stay out of his. The captain frowns as you explain that the blood came from a human, but no one on board seems to be missing. What are you suggesting? That this is from one of us? He gestures towards the pooling blood in the supply closet. That is... You cut in gruffly as he tries to dismiss you. We're only humans for miles. It could come from nobody else. Everybody around us says things like, no. What was that? Trust nobody. So much blood. Once again, you realize there is nobody else for miles. We could not have picked up another human. We're in the middle of the ocean. People, think about it. You don't have to have a college education to understand this. The captain lets out a deep sigh and covers his face with his hand. He waits a few moments before turning to face you again. Yo, Moyo! What do you suggest then? Stepanov gives you an incredulous look. Blood tests. Is this necessary? We don't have a lot of testing kits. I don't want to waste kits on a hunch. Listen here, Mr. Stepanov. We need to narrow down the suspects. Alright, we find out whose blood this is. We find out who's obviously not a suspect. Because ain't nobody in here gonna commit seppuku and rip out their own intestines and then just disappear. Blood tests will narrow down list of suspects. Blood could have come from anyone here, but it is human and we are only humans for miles. So it had to come from one of us. Captain Stepanov squints as he thinks it over. After a few moments, he reluctantly nods to you and then turns to address the crew. Vector will perform tests on blood. Until we get results, everyone will remain in the mess hall. As the crew heads towards the mess hall, you grab a sample of the blood and head to the medical room. You grab a blood test kit and the medical files for all the crew members. You plan to use blood type to narrow down suspects. You start the test and begin logging the blood types of each crew member. You are doing this. First step of the test is complete. You start speculating about where the blood could have came from as you wait for the results of the test. Was it Oberev? Why was he standing there? As soon as the test is completed, you compare it to the testing manual. The blood type is somewhat rare. A negative. A. You scan your notes of the crew's blood type and find that only 2 crew members have this blood type. Oberev, Denisovich, and Urinev Ruslanovich. You report yourself to the mess hall. As you walk to the mess hall, you try to make sense of what you're even trying to say. If any person lost this amount of blood that was in that room, they would certainly be dead. But you saw both Oberev and Urinev at the supply closet. It couldn't be from one of them, could it? You arrive at the door to the mess hall. You enter the mess hall to find the crew waiting for you. Some are eating breakfast. Others still seem to be in shock. Captain Stepanov looks up at you as you walk in. Well, Vector, what did you find? You look around the room and you spot Oberev, who is sitting at a table, arms crossed and staring straight ahead. Next to him is Urinev, who is eating leftovers from a plate in front of him. The plate contains both peas and taters. Wait a second. You notice that Urinev is eating potatoes and peas on the same plate despite his fear of foods touching. You watch him eat a few spoonfuls and are shocked to see him eat both foods in one bite. Vector! Why now? He never eats foods together like that. What's changed? Vector! An angry Captain Stepanov interrupts your thoughts. You look around to see the entire crew staring at you, waiting in anticipation for the results. We're waiting! Yuri! Your peas touched your taters, and you still eat? As you speak, Oberev comes out of his daze and begins to stare at Yuri. The room is overcome with a deathly silence as the crew processes this information. Uranev scoffs and looks around at everyone before answering. Yeah? So? So? The real Yuri has a fear of food touching. He hates for his peas to touch his taters, Oberev exclaims, as he slowly stands up. Oberev's massive build looms over the much smaller Yuri as he steps forward. You're not him. You're not really Yuri. You're not my friend! Oberev lunges at Uranev, clasping his hands over Uranev's neck. The rest of the crew rushes towards Oberev to stop him. As the crew tries to pull Oberev away, Uranev lets out an unearthly scream, and his eyes roll into the back of his head. Uranev's body begins thrashing as a black liquid begins oozing out of his eyes. His body contorts unnaturally as it begins transforming into something not of this world. The crew backs away in fear as they watch Oberev struggle with the thrashing Yuri. After a few moments, Uranev's body goes limp. Suddenly, a tangle of jet black tentacles sprout out of Uranev's back. Some of the crew let out a terrified yelp as they scramble for the door. The creature lets out one last shriek before slashing Oberev's legs with its tentacles and scurrying off, escaping through one of the vents. The crew looks toward the vent, confounded by the horror they just witnessed. After a few moments, a crew member runs over to Oberev and begins to treat his leg. There is some shouting to your left. You turn to see another crew member lying on the floor, blood spurting from his neck. A few people put him on a gurney and cart him off out of the mess hall. As you come to your senses, you begin to come up with a plan. We have to abandon ship. Take lifeboats and get the hell out of here. Captain Stepanov stares blankly ahead, almost as if in a daze. As you speak, he looks at you blankly. Slowly, he begins to shake his head, his blank expression gradually turning to anger. First off, Vector, you are not the captain. I am. Secondly, we cannot just abandon ship. Not because of some animal. Listen here, Captain. That was not just some animal. That was a monster. It isn't actually Yuri, it just replaced him. It could do it to any one of us. Essentially, it's a body snatcher. Right? It just grew tentacles out of a man's back and mutilated one person and nearly snatched the leg off another. What do you really expect us to do, Captain? How do we know there isn't another one among us? If we bring it with us, the situation is the same. We bring everyone. Just because Oberev got hit in the leg doesn't mean anything. The blood we found was A negative. Oberev is the only crew member with this blood type. While he is in shock, he isn't acting strange. We bring everybody. No, there are too many important charts and equipment on this ship just to abandon it. We find creature, we kill creature. That's in order. As Captain Stepanov walks away, he orders 2 crew members to accompany him, who looked after him with disdain. Asshole. You look around at the rest of the room as the captain leaves. The rest of the crew is nervously fidgeting. Some stare at others with suspicion, eyes darting back and forth, assessing who they can trust. Others are already huddling in small groups, whispering frantically while occasionally glancing nervously at the others. You watch with dismay as some of the crew sneaks away. Need to act now. You know the crew's best chance at survival is to escape before the creature can replace someone else. But Captain Stepanov won't order an evacuation. Oberev is sitting in the corner. His leg has been freshly bandaged and he's alone. What do? You run over to Oberev, who is lying on the ground clutching his bleeding leg, and ask him if he can walk. He looks up at you with a grimace and replies, It's just scratch. It will take more than shallow cut to take me down. Good. Get off this ship. With a furrowed brow, Oberev begins to speak. Captain said, Stepanov doesn't know shit. We'll all die if we stay here. You saw what it did to Yuri. We stay here. And we're next. Oberev is silent for a few moments. Perhaps you were right. That thing. Crafty. And I doubt it replaced Yuri because it was new. So what do you plan to do? The only obvious thing to do is escape on the lifeboats. Vector, the lifeboat motor is broken. I've been working on it, but even if it weren't, you want to just leave our comrades behind? You look around the now empty room and then turn back to Oberev with a solemn look. Everyone is gone. The monster could have already transformed into one of them. Our best chance was to evacuate everyone after the attack, but that chance is gone now. Oberev looks sternly at you before answering. All right. What you say is probably... I am in. We don't have any paddles. Oberev chuckles somberly. That incompetent Yuri lost it last time we took it out. So I need tools to fix the lifeboat's engine. Follow me. Oberev walks briskly to his room. You follow close behind, but have trouble keeping up with him. You are amazed that he is able to walk so fast, given his injury. When you enter his room, he begins rummaging for his toolkit. After searching for a moment, he faintly smiles as he pulls out a clanking bag. Aha! Here it is. Tools have been down. His smile quickly fades as you both hear a strange roar in the distance. There is another shrill scream that sounds almost human. You turn to Vector. You begin to head towards the lifeboat with Oberev. Turn a corner. You notice a trail of blood that leads into a look of dread overcomes Oberev's face, but he attempts to reassure you with a nod. You inch towards the door and slowly begin to peer inside. As you look inside, Oberev lets out an audible gasp. Inside the room, you see a pile of bodies in the corner of the room. Your eyes lock onto one of the bodies. You recognize him as Arthur, a young boy who worked in the kitchen. His skin is pale white and his dead eyes stare back at you. As the creature feasts on his body, his mouth hangs open, almost as if he was trying to scream for help. You noticed a second creature walk towards the body and begin eating. Suddenly, feel a tug on your shoulder as Oberev pulls you away and begins pushing into another room. Notice the sign on the door says, Armory. Once the both of you are in the armory, Oberev locks the door behind you. New plan. We blow the billiage up. Voice trembles, but not with fear. His fists are clenched and he looks at you with determination. They kill my friends. Defile my ship. I blow their asses up. Oberev holds up an explosive charge. You look at him with concern. Is that really safe? Of course it's safe. You set charges, you get away from charges, they blow up. Safe as shit. Now let's get going. As he turns to leave, you realize that you don't have any food or medical supplies. Wait! We need supplies though. We can't just go running off with nothing to help us. Oberev looks back at you. That is true. Alright? You get supplies, I repair ship, and arm bomb. Quickly now! You both leave the armory and head your separate ways. You rush to the kitchen and grab some emergency rations, then sprint to your room. As you run, you hear another low roar. You arrive at the door to your room. You open the door to your room. There is no one there. There is a large knife laying on top of your desk. You often use it to open letters or carve when you were born. Grab the knife. Figuring a weapon might come in handy. You catch a glint in the corner of your eye and look to find your golden locket. It is open and your daughter's face is smiling out at you. Pause a moment before closing the locket and stashing it in your pocket, where you head towards them. As you run, your mind begins to wander frantically. What if he's already dead? Sorry, Yuri. Who is it? Oberev, I hope you're alright. Maya, I'm coming back to you. How does it work? As your mind races, you begin to seriously ponder. What if it replaces Oberev? You begin to think. What if it already got to Oberev? What if it replaced him? Will it know of your plans? Does it somehow absorb our consciousness? Or parts of it? How did it know how to communicate? How did it know how to act so human? Like eating peas and taters. If it absorbs some of the knowledge of its prey, it could have gotten Oberev and be waiting for me. Even so, the lifeboat is my only escape now. Lifeboat is just around the corner now. The lifeboat is now in view next to the boat. Oberev is waiting. He is anxiously fidgeting with his wrench before he finally sees you. He smiles grimly. As you get closer, you slow down before stopping altogether. You can't help but think about how the monster can mimic anyone. What took you so long? Well, hurry on in. This ship is set to blow in 20 minutes. Oberev stops for a second and looks at you inquisitively. What is wrong? You killed Oberev. Not him. Right now. Is it really you? What are you saying? You think I am that thing? Oberev sighs. I suppose you are right to think so, he said. He pauses a moment before continuing. Not sure how to prove I am not a monster, but I can tell you I hate that thing and will kill it. The explosives are armed. Believe me when I tell you it will bring great pleasure to watch that son of a bitch burn in the explosion. That is why I am not a monster. You decide to believe him, so you board the ship with him. He smiles as you board the lifeboat. See? Not so bad, right? Rev looks at you with a warm smile. Now let's get going. He walks over to the release mechanism and pulls the switch. There's a loud clink of metal as the lifeboat jerks back. However, mechanisms don't detach. Oberev's smile is quickly replaced by a panicked look. What's wrong, Oberev? The release mechanisms are jammed. Probably because of the cold. Yo, Moyo! Oberev takes out his tools and begins working at the mechanisms locking the lifeboat in place. You hear another roar from the other side of the ship. I don't want to rush you, Oberev, but you need to hurry! Hurry up! Shut it, Vector! I'm working as fast as I can! As he works, the sound of clanging metal echoes throughout the ship. You hear another roar. You aren't sure, but you think it was closer this time. Oberev looks back at you with a worried grin. I think we got its attention. Hey, comrade? Oberev, I trust you. Keep going. We're gonna make it. Oberev turns around to keep working. 10 minutes pass by, but it feels like an eternity. You hear another roar. Much closer this time. In the distance, you see a shadow growing ever larger. You begin to look at Oberev. Oberev? It's coming, man! Ha ha! How long's it gonna take you, dude? It's right there! Just a sec! Got it! Put your golly! Oberev jumps back into the boat. Hit that switch, brother! You hit the switch. In an instant, the lifeboat is released and falls violently towards the ocean water. It hits the water with a deafening smack, creating a massive splash and soaking you with ice cold water. Oberev flicks a switch on the engine. With a roar, the engine sputters to life, and Oberev steers the boat away from the ship. A smile stretches across your face as you watch the Parish Mezhnik grow smaller as you get further away. We did it! We're gonna make! The Parish Mezhnik is swallowed up in a fiery explosion. As your ears ring from the intense sound of the explosion, you feel something whiz past your head. You open and close your mouth rapidly, trying to fix your ringing ears. Once the ringing begins to fade away, you look up at Oberev, who is staring past you with a look of horror. Your toes suddenly feel cold and wet. You decide to look down. Comrade! There's a leak! You look at the front of the boat and see a hole where water is gushing forth. You come to the realization that what flew past you was shrapnel from the explosion, and it must have punched a hole in the bow. The boat is sinking, and you need to get to land. Time now. There! Steer towards that ice sheet! Oberev steers towards the ice sheet as the boat starts to sink. As the boat rams into the ice sheet, you and Oberev both lurch forward. In the crash, you are knocked down to your hands and feet. Before the boat sinks, you and Oberev manage to scramble onto the icy shore. Panting, you stand up and look at the ice sheet around you. Oberev is next to you, gasping for air. You both take a moment to catch your breath before silently nodding at each other. Well, brother? How the hell are we getting home? Oberev points silently towards the rising sun. Without exchanging any words, you begin walking in that direction. Oberev follows closely behind. As you walk forward, you can only think of the one thing. Maya, I'm coming, and I won't be replaced. Interesting. Now that was kind of like a creepy campfire story. It wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible. I kind of enjoyed it a little bit. If you could add in, like, maybe some sound effects. If it added in sound effects for, like, the explosion instead of just having the screen say boom, and every time you heard somebody screaming, maybe off in the distance in the headset, you heard a scream. Or you opened up the door, it creaked whenever that happened. And whenever Oberev is working on something, you can hear him clanging on it. Just add some more sound effects to it. I think that'd be a pretty badass game. Right? Not bad for a free game. Definitely not bad for a free game. But guess what? 2 out of 3 games have been completed. It's time for number 3. Welcome to Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. I feel like this game is an endless mode. I don't know what happens when we're in endless mode, but we're gonna find out. So here we go. Hello? How do I get in this mansion? Oh, okay. I like the graphics style. Oh, okay. Room 1. Hello? How many rooms are in this mansion? Left or right? Can I grab that? Mommy and Daddy love me very much. They told me they were throwing me a party. Did they? Try door number. Let's go right. Seems like the right way to go. Okay, let's go left this time. Hello? The music is certainly creepy. Where is Daddy? He told me that the party was going to be here. Papa! Where are you, Daddy? Why is our art so hideous, Daddy? I don't know what the point of this is. Do I just keep walking through doors forever? Papa, this mansion is ginormous. There's a stripper pole in here. Alright, maybe I'll just strip for the ghosts and they won't want to harm me. There's 4 stripper poles. This must be a bachelor party, not a birthday party. damn! Hello? Hello? Is anybody here? I was told there would be strippers. I mean, how old is this gosh damn mansion that we ain't got LED lights? We got sconces and torches and shit on the walls. Now we got like some rave green lighting. Why is there a big old pot of goo? Who put an indoor swimming pool and filled it through of ectoplasm? Where's the pool boy when you need him? I ain't got time to clean out my own pool. Why are there so many rooms? Am I just gonna keep walking through these forever and never see anything? Guess there's another bedroom. Shocker. I'm beginning to wonder how this game was so highly ranked on Steam. I haven't done anything. Hello? Somebody driving a car inside? Hello? How many rooms are there? Oh, what the hell? Whoa! What the hell is that? Oh! Get him off the screen! Oh! Whoa! What the hell just happened? Why was that guy so ugly? Number 19 floors? What should we name our record? Sir Butticus. Sir Butticus. Huh. So that was endless mode. So what's the other kind of modes we have? Okay, I do not like that at all, actually. That is so creepy. That is so creepy. Okay, so here's the controls. So endless mode is like an extra mode. So E, enter in space, is how to activate. Sprint is shift, and left click is a weapon. So let's go through the actual campaign and see what happens.
Hello, I am Spooky.
Oh, hey! Damn, girl!
And
You
this
looking
is
fine
my home.
as shit!
Can you, humble player, make it through 1,000 rooms?
1,000?
Can you find what lies at the end? Or is there even an end? Because I don't really know. Anyway, just go.
Hey, baby, where you going? You looking fine as shit for a ghost. I wouldn't mind taking you out to Ghost Denny's or something. Hello? Hey, where you at? Hey, girl. There was an old man that jumped me last time. So, like, what was the dealio with your old man jumping me, man? Was he mad? Look, I'll make an honest woman out of you, but you looking that fine, I'll take you out to dinner. I might even marry you. Seems like an old and dated time frame. It's completely okay for us to get married with you being so young. You look like you might be 18. I sure as hell hope you're 18, because if I'm hitting on a teenage ghost, I'm gonna have some issues. Oh! Shit. Okay. Damn, why was that so dang scary? That should not have been as scary as it was. Oh. You got a portrait of a man that hung himself? What are you teaching the children in this joint? Hello? Listen, I might have to call CPS on you guys. Child Protective Services, ever heard of them? Y'all are decorating the walls with murder porn. I don't think it's that good a thing to be decorating with. I don't care if you are named Spooky. You'll be named Spooky Boss after I get up. After you go on a date with me. Ain't no woman dead or alive can resist these charms. Ooh, it's just oh. Why does that painting make me so uncomfortable? Looks like somebody burnt a pumpkin. At first, this place just seemed cute. But I've been here for days now. I'm feeling quite parched now, and I keep getting this feeling like I am being watched by something. This is not romantic at all. Oh, don't worry, you ain't supposed to be romantic. Alright, Spooky's for me, not for you. Alright, she's gonna marry yours truly. Alright, baby, I hope you like your men slender and tad bit redneck, because that's what you gonna end up with. But with a name like Spooky, I mean, you can't be that sophisticated. Or you came up with something cooler. We're in the 22nd room. You said there was 1,000 of these? There ain't no way there's 1,000 gosh damn rooms in this mansion. That would mean this mansion is freaking enormous. There ain't no way anybody's got enough money to build 1,000 room mansion. Somebody needs to teach you about decorating. These mint accent bricks are not looking too good. Gosh damn it. That's more cute than anything else. How is it scaring me? I mean, it is the jump scare mansion, so... I mean, I still figured there'd be a lot more jump scares than what there has been. There really hasn't been a whole lot. The game's just kind of cute. You didn't even make it all that creepy. Keep a little pep in your step. Oh, it's a cute little coffee. I know something is following me, but I feel like I am prancing through the same rooms over and over. Hopefully leaving notes as breadcrumbs will prove I am making progress in reaching some destination. Hope I don't run out of ink. Dreadfully thirsty. Well, don't drink the ink. It'll make you sick. You might even die as a result. You know? And that could be even more tragic. We're so many rooms deep right now. Oh my gosh, the whole room moves. Damn, okay. Oh. Okay. Not necessarily creepy. Oh, take that back? So does every 50 rooms... Holy shit, that one got me! That one got me! Okay, okay, damn. Woo. Okay, that was a good one. That was a good one. Can you hit me with more of those? Because if so, that would be great. It's called the Jump Scare Mansion. You can't really have a whole mansion designed for jump scares if you only jump scare them a couple times. Then it's basically just a spooky mansion. Am I supposed to be looking around? Am I playing the game wrong? Okay, we go right. That was weird. Okay, well, right, well that way, we're just gonna go straight ahead. Hello! Hello! Spooky! I'm home, baby! Baby! Spouting, splashing, soaking. Innards, ingest, invoking. Nailing never stops the choking. too young to die. I'm too young and beautiful to die. I didn't even make it to prom. I didn't even get to take Spooky out on a date. That was part of the deal. I was supposed to take Spooky out on a date. We're meant for each other. I want to inherit this mansion. I just want to marry a rich girl. I'm too young and beautiful to die. I didn't even make it to prom. I didn't even get to take Spooky out on a date. That was part of the deal. I was supposed to take Spooky out on a date. We're meant for each other. I want to inherit this mansion. I just want to marry a rich girl. Ah! What is going on? Is it chasing me forever now? Oh! Whoa! You got me. Then I know what you have done and what you have yet to do. Game over. Your soul wanders in endless maze. Well, we made it to 63 rooms. Alright, I'm gonna call this one El Macadaddio. El Macadaddio is gonna hold the top ranking for this game. Alright, that was pretty good. Glad it's free. I'd have been really irritated if I paid anything more than like $2 for that. Because there wasn't a whole lot of jump scares. There were some good ones. That one really got me. Which was nice. But overall, it's just, I don't know, it's more cute than anything. If that makes sense. Like, the art style was too cute, so it kind of had a hard time scaring me. But other than that, it was pretty good. Not bad for a free game. Not bad for a free game. And there you have it. That is 3 free horror games, all right? If you check the link in the description below, you can find a link to find all these video games so you don't even have to search them up. All right, make sure if you haven't been already, look down in the description below. I link playlists, I link social media accounts like my Discord I'm starting, like my Twitch channel. All of these other ways to find me are always in the description below. So if you enjoyed that video, please consider giving this video a like, hit that subscribe button, show this video to a couple of your friends, right? If you want to see some other free games, right, if you think there's a couple other ones that you know of, go ahead and put them down in the comment section below. But other than that, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. No! No, I'm too young to die! I'm too young and beautiful to die! I didn't even make it to prom! I didn't even get to take Spooky out on a date! That was part of the deal! I was supposed to take Spooky out on a date!